Welcome back. DNI Tulsi Gabbard now claims to have uncovered evidence the Trump-Russia collusion investigation resulted from, quote, manufactured intelligence. She says it was designed to discredit the president-elect back in 2016. Here she is yesterday.
There's no question in my mind that this intelligence community assessment that President Obama ordered be published, which contained a manufactured intelligence document. It's worse than even politicization of intelligence. It was manufactured intelligence.
All right, Justice Correspondent David Spunt is live out of Washington, D.C. for us. Good morning, David. What can you tell us?
Hey, Jillian, good morning. In 6 months, it'll be 2026, but for some, 2016 will not go away, and this administration has no plans for it to go away, uncovering new information. DNI Gabbard believes that Team Obama altered intelligence from Russia in saying Russia was not involved in the 2016 election to Russia was involved in the 2016 election shortly before Trump took office. She sent information for the DOJ and the FBI for possible prosecution.
This is not a Democrat or Republican issue. This is an issue that is so serious it should concern every single American because it has to do with the integrity of our democratic republic.
Fox News Digital obtained a declassified copy of the presidential daily brief for President Obama dated December 8, 2016. It reads in part, we assess that Russian and criminal actors did not impact recent U.S. election results by conducting malicious cyber activities against election infrastructure. It continues, Russian government-affiliated actors most likely compromised an Illinois voter registration database and unsuccessfully attempted the same in other states. But in 2020, a bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee investigation found that while the Trump may not have accepted Russian help, Russia did meddle in some form or another. The chairman of the Intel Committee at the time was Marco Rubio, then Florida senator, now the top diplomat to the United States. And in 2020, he put out a statement that said, the committee found absolutely no evidence that then-candidate Donald Trump or his campaign colluded with the Russian government to meddle in the 2016 election. What the committee did find, however, is very troubling. We found irrefutable evidence of Russian meddling. Senator Jim Himes is a Democrat from Connecticut on the Senate Intelligence Committee.
Tulsi Gabbard accusing a former president of treason. Let's see if they bring charges. They won't. They won't, because there's not a judge in the land, not a single judge, who will treat this with anything other than laughter that will be heard from the Atlantic to the Pacific in this country.
Himes pointed to the fact that Russians connected to the Kremlin bought Facebook ads to damage Clinton's campaign, hoping it would prop up Trump's campaign. But Tulsi Gabbard says she wants it investigated by law enforcement. Back to you.
All right, David Spunt in Washington for us this morning. Thank you.
So more on this. I want to bring in investigative journalist Matt Taibbi. Matt, thanks for joining our program today, and good morning to you.
Good morning.
A lot of the usual suspects, Clapper, Comey, Brennan, et cetera. But also Barack Obama is mentioned in a lot of this. And you read at Racket News that a source had told you that Obama is now, quote, center square in the Russiagate scam. Go ahead and explain that, then I've got questions for you after that.
Sure. So the last major revelation that came out was that John Brennan and James Comey were the focus of criminal investigations that have been opened by the Justice Department. But these new documents that were released by Tulsi Gabbard and the Director of National Intelligence make it clear that the investigation is now aimed at the Obama White House, and in particular at Barack Obama, because of decisions that were made in early December of 2016 to suppress the presidential daily briefing and go ahead and order a new intelligence community assessment that ultimately would have much more aggressive conclusions about Trump and Russia.
So a lot of this, December of 2016 into January of 2017, I'm assuming also. You know, but Trump's people were in there for 4 years. And the current CIA director had his job for 8 months at the time. Did his people fail him? Why wasn't there more urgency on this and Trump 1.0 as there is now?
Yeah, that's a complaint I heard a lot over the weekend from people who have been following this, and even from former officials who are close to Trump. One of them said to me, a former high-ranking Trump official said there was, quote, so much corruption in the last Trump presidency that this shouldn't have been overlooked, that these documents should have come out. Absolutely. But the overall sense I get is that everyone's happy that they finally are coming out, and they're looking forward to what is likely to come out this week.
Okay, another question about Russia. Is the allegation they were trying to influence our election, or is the allegation that they actually changed votes? I think we need to be clear on that. What can we say?
So it's both. The Democrats are making a lot of hay over this apples and oranges issue, that there was never any question that they didn't actually change vote tallies, but they did influence the election. Actually, there was some question about whether they had the ability to influence the election. There were quotes earlier from that year with the FBI saying they didn't have any evidence that they had done so, and they were uncomfortable making that statement. There were also quotes saying that they lacked evidence that Russia had the ability to impact the outcome of the election. So all of this would have been passed on to somebody like Michael Flynn, because presidents-elect are entitled to receive the presidential daily briefing. That's why this is important. It's not so much what the PDB did say, it's what it didn't say. It didn't say that there was a sweeping conspiracy to help Trump. And if they had that, it would have been a very different political picture going forward.
Okay, looks like it's the DOJ's call next, and we'll see what they do. Matt, thanks for coming on. Matt Taibbi, good to be in touch with you. Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.